Hey, welcome back to the Game Club.
It's a game club.
Look, Gus is here now.
It's the GNR edition.
You've been gone for a while.
Gus and Ryan. It hasn't been that long.
It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
In
that's not
internet
that
time,
long.
that's forever.
That is forever. It's two
Look,
episodes.
The whole floor changed. You've been gone so long.
Oh yeah, the floor did change. I didn't even notice. It's nice. I feel like we're in like someone's living room,
So yeah, it's a lot more cozy.
playing video games, talking.
A little more intimate version. Well, this time we're talking about Hotline Miami,
Yes.
which is it's on the surface a very straightforward and very gory game.
Very gory, very violent.
For a top-down pixelated. How would you classify this game? It's sort of like a tactical.
A tactical kill simulator.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. A tactical kill simulator.
You just top down and you just go around and murder everyone.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, so it starts off with you're just an average guy, average Joe, wearing a leather jacket, as you do post. No, you really don't post anything. And you get a message one day saying, go kill these guys, or failure's not an option, basically. Apparently, that's in your skill set as Jacket Man, where you just go and bust open what is, I guess, typically Russian mafia type, or Russian mob kind of establishment, and just kill everybody inside with the various, smattering of weapons.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, in all of our nature, this is in anyone's skill set. It's a very primal thing. Like the game is actually, I think, really primal. Like it's a very
Definitely.
very well. I haven't played the game since it came out. I played it when it came out like 3 or 4 years ago. But I remember it being like super straightforward. It's just like here's the room, here's the building, here's the people. Just go in and kill them.
Yeah.
Essentially, and it's just the very bare essence of that. And it's a fun mechanic that it's just like you find that 15, 30 seconds of fun and you just repeat it over and over. And I think it didn't get tedious or anything.
No, it's not that long of a game. It is a good length for the game that it is. In fact, I would say that the bonus levels that are at the end of it now, where you get to play as the biker, are probably overkill. Yeah, if you excuse the expression in this case. But, yeah, no, it's very sight-like. You have dumb enemies, essentially, they don't give a shit if there's a huge pile of bodies that doesn't alarm them at all.
Well, they're Russian mobsters.
Yeah,
They're
no,
used to
whatever.
it,
There's
yeah.
dead people. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
that guy said,
happens.
look, there's a guy that had his head bludgeoned in by a pipe.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, but it's head day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's all about you bust the door open at the right time. You rush into the room. If there's 3 guys in there, you got to like club this one, then you throw the pipe and hit that one, and then maybe you shoot the 4th one. Where the 4th one came from, I don't know, because there was only 3.
Yeah, but yeah, he showed up. And we were talking before we started filming Game Club. You said that the game was influenced by movies like Drive and
Yeah.
Cocaine Cowboys, which I'd never made that connection. But now that you say that, like in retrospect, I can totally see that.
That's what the wiki page for it says. Because I've never seen those movies, so it wouldn't have clicked for me. But.
Yeah, if you've never seen Drive, it's kind of a very slow movie. Then like halfway through, it turns ultra violent with basically the cinema equivalent of how these fights and deaths would look like if you captured it, on film. So yeah, absolutely. And as far as Cocaine Cowboys, I mean that's just a documentary talking about the cocaine smuggling scene in the 80s, bringing cocaine from South America to Miami or South Florida. And so yeah, I mean, again, it fits in with those motifs. So yeah, it totally clicks. It makes sense.
It's the game itself is a really kind of fun twist of mix of that Twitch response versus the like a strategic planning where you can see all the rooms pretty much, and you can look around the map and kind of plan your route and your weapon set based on who you're taking out. The other thing that's kind of interesting about it is as you go on. So I guess the presumption is you're just a fairly regular guy at the beginning. So it has a very rhythmic thing to it where you get a call, you go to the place, you kill the guys, you go pick up some food, and you go home. But as you do that, every time you come back from one of these murder missions, like your guy gets steadily a little bit loopier, and like suddenly you'll go into a room where you normally, or a place where you buy food, and it's all dead people in there. But the implication is that it's all kind of in your brain.
Right.
And then things just keep getting worse and worse for your character to the point where at one point you break in and find a young lady being assaulted. You take her back to you kill everybody there and you save her, bring her back, and then you two start a relationship. And then as it goes on, you start running into other assassins who are also wearing masks. That's weird. I didn't mention the masks. You pick a mask at the beginning that gives you a special ability. Various things from like just more aggressive, more powerful punches to. I used the owl mask a bunch of times to see the secret things. I don't know that I ever saw a secret.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I just don't know what I was looking for.
And
but-
are they all? They're all. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're all animal masks, right?
Yes.
Like I remember there was a owl. There's a chicken, pig, I believe.
There's pig, horse. There's a whole list of them. So as you unlock all these masks and you finally save the lady and you take it back, but you start running into other assassins who are also wearing masks. So you start to realize that you're part of a bigger kind of assassin ecosystem at that point. Kind of culminating in the fact that you get home one night and find one in your house and he's murdered your girlfriend, which kind of leads to a whole hospital scene.
It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it's a real downer. You go figure. A life of murder and crime leads to more murder and crime. But so your girlfriend gets offed, and then you get shot in the head essentially and sent to the hospital, which then sets you on a path of vengeance. You finally decide to take it back to the man who's been making you do this whole time, which is to me like that initial moment where they set up the fact that you're being forced to do it. I didn't really get it at that point. I was like, oh, okay, well, this, you don't know your character at that point, so it's just introduced as, yeah, here, do this. Failure's not an option. Like, oh, okay. I didn't get it until then that he was really like the whole time you've been under duress. That if you didn't do these things, that there were people out there that were going to come kill you.
Right, something bad would happen.
Right. Yeah, it didn't really register with me until that moment. And I was like, oh, I get it now. So this whole thing is leading up to this big revenge moment. Which it does when you finally break in and kind of kill all the mobsters. But that never clicked for me until I got to the end, which actually was kind of a good moment because, for me at least, not having that register at the beginning, I didn't understand the motivation. I didn't see the story.
You were okay and just comfortable, just like mindless killing.
Well, it's like, okay, I guess that's this game. And then I suddenly look back on it and realize that there was this broader picture the whole time. I think that was a better reveal than if I had known the whole time. It's like, oh, I'm just another day killing for the man.
Gotta clock in and clock out in the murder factory. Yeah, the game, like I said, it's been out 3 or 4 years now, and it's $9.99 on Steam. So I mean, I think anyone who hasn't played it should definitely pick it up. I don't know. I was gonna look up what other platforms it was on, but I forgot.
It's on Steam, and I think it's on PS3. It's on console, but not like modern consoles.
Vita, PS3, PS4.
Okay, it did make it to PS4. Okay,
Also Android and Mac OS and Linux.
Sure.
Okay, that's interesting. An interesting cross section. Yeah, so I mean, definitely pick it up. Like it's like we mentioned earlier, it's not like a super graphic intensive game, so I don't think you would really.
It is super graphic, but it's not a graphics intensive game.
Graphics intensive, yeah. So I don't think you'd be missing out playing it, on whatever platform. It's not like you need the latest hardware to run it or anything.
Yeah, no, I think it's one of those games where we're thankful that the graphics aren't better because the amount of gore splashed about is pretty excessive.
It's pretty awesome. Pretty spot on.
And it does have bonus levels at the end now, which I don't know if those were originally included or not. But you take over as the biker who can't pick up weapons. He goes in with just knives. He's got 3 throwing knives, and then just a knife that he carries, it's kind of an interesting twist. But I found by the time I got to that, I was like, I've had a good experience with Jacket. I'm ready to put it down.
I looked it up on how long to beat, and it says it's about 5 hours.
Yeah,
just about. It's a good bite-sized bit of gameplay.
Depends on how good you are at that strategy and tactics. But yeah, no, it's a good game. I'd say pick it up.
Yep.
All right, well, let's see what next week's game is going to be.
Let's pull it out. You want to pick it, or you want me to pick it?
Oh, you're welcome back. Don't you want to pick the game?
I get to pick it? Okay, I'll pick it. Visit us, oh mighty cylinder.
Cylinder. All right, pick us a good one.
Not looking. It almost took my finger off. Oh, it's one of yours. It's The Vanishing of Ethan Carter.
All right, that's a good game. Actually, they just released a Redux version of it on Steam, which accidentally added VR support.
Accidentally?
It turned out it was a mistake. They didn't mean for that to be in there.
Oh.
Which people have played that game with VR support using like VORP or there's another program that injects it for you. But there is a VR version coming. But for now, I think.
Are you going to try it? We have
I've tried
VR
it.
heads. Okay.
I've tried it and it was a very good experience in VR, but it was still. It's a beautiful game.
Okay.
Just gorgeous. And it was maybe a little too much for VR as it had not yet been optimized for it.
Cool. Well, we'll be talking about this next week.
Yep. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
And buying these games under protest, we're like, I'm gonna do, but I don't have to be
It has
happy about it.
Bioshock in the title. I have to play it, okay? We all know that.
I just Bioshock Infinite wrapped up the story for me so well. It for a lot of people, and I understand their point, which is that it opened the universe for a myriad of other things, trying to stay as spoiler free as possible. But I think it was, in its own openness, its own end.